There's the queen right there. Down below, right in the middle, crossing, crossing over. Where's she at?
She cut back over, didn't she?
Yep. There's the queen right there. She's not marked. Looks like kind of on the small side. Hard to say if she's mated or not. Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning into the channel. If this is your first time, hit the subscribe button, and if you ring the bell, you receive notifications of future videos. So hey, I'm here with Paul from Warden's Farm. It's December 29th, just about 3 p.m. and 77 degrees, if you can believe it or not. And we are about to get into a few of the hives that I moved over to his property. We got number 2 right here, number 6 down the way, and then number 3 is the last one here. And we will be replacing the bottom board because that has started to rot and deteriorate. So without further ado, let's get into the hives and see how they're doing. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at old number 2. So Paul was nice enough within the last 2 weeks or so. He added this quilt box because he noticed this hive was producing, well, the hive was probably pretty hot, and then with the colder nights and everything, just a lot of condensation. So he added a quilt box. Show you a first-hand perspective. It's just, what size is it? About a medium?
It's a medium.
Yeah, a medium box with some ventilation holes and cedar wood chips up here. And then we have the candy board in between, medium box on top of the deep, acting as an extension of the brood chamber. So we'll just start removing some boxes and then get down into the bees and see how they're looking. Oh yeah. When did you add the candy boards?
Oh God, back end of November when there was some serious cold temperatures.
It's about a month now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're really hitting it.
And yeah, that's very typical too. As we look from the left to the right, standing behind the hive, you can see the majority of the bees are kind of clustered here in the middle. There we go, that's nice. Some nice food stores. They still have a feeder in the bottom box?
Should, yeah.
Okay. Let's see, what is this? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 4th. Yeah, just a quick look at the 4th frame. The bees are doing a nice job at creating food stores. Same thing on the next few frames. We have a 1 gallon division board in hive feeder, whatever you want to call it, in the deep box. So the bees are still using that resource to create some funny honey, but it's a good food source for them to get through the winter. Yeah, so if you haven't watched any of my videos in the past, with the 1 gallon division board feeder over here, it is advertised that you can run a deep with 9 frames because this takes up, it's supposed to take up 1 frame space. I believe I purchased those from Man Lake, and I ran my boxes as 9 frames for a long time, but I found that it is such a tight fit, it's not really worth it. So with the 1 gallon division board feeder, I just run the deeps as 8 frames. There's a little extra space, but it doesn't hurt anything. Did you treat all the hives with formic acid? I see the plastic. So 3rd frame, They're creating a nice food store out of this, surrounding the capped honey there. Probably can't see it just because the comb's a little dark, but nice pollen stores. Here, you'll see if this helps. And a very good tool, if you don't have one, is a flashlight. It helps see down into the darker comb. I mainly use flashlights to help me just find eggs a lot faster than trying to get the sun at the right angle over your shoulder, which that's an art form within itself. It's a lot of pollen as well. Looks like another feed frame.
A lot of shiny sugar water in there.
Alright. Let's cross our fingers to see some brood.
More food frame.
Yeah, it looks like sugar water. There's the queen right there. Down below, right in the middle, crossing over. Where's she at?
She put that over, didn't she?
Nope. There's the queen right there. She's not marked. Looks like kind of on the small side. Hard to say if she's mated or not. Do you want to cage her or just kind of let it go?
Yeah, we'll let her go.
Okay.
We'll take a look at her tomorrow if need be.
Yeah, so this
we
frame,
got to clean out that bottom board.
This frame has a lot of food as well. So we have 3 more frames to go. Really want to start seeing some brood or eggs. Food.
Look at all that pollen there. Good gracious. Good.
So this is the 3rd to the last frame, and
that's a newly hatched queen cell.
yeah, I was gonna say it looks, yeah, that's more than a queen cup, and there's no larva, so that queen might be.
That queen's new.
Yeah, that might be a virgin queen. That's why I was saying she kind of looks smaller. I was thinking it at least. I'm always hesitant if I think it's a new queen to mark her, you know, thinking like that might mess with the natural order of things. So that's just something Paul needs to keep an eye on for the next inspection, probably in like a week or so. I would check back just to see if they have any eggs.
Yep.
Yeah, because she's on the small side. I'd imagine that's a virgin queen.
We can actually put a frame of eggs in there too. Okay. From another hive.
One of the benefits to having multiple hives, you can take one frame that contains day-old eggs, or just eggs up to 3 days really. Move it into a hive that you think is queenless or needs some help, and sure enough, give them about 2 to 4 weeks. They'll be right back where they need to be.
We can set this one off the side and put the new box on here in a minute when we're done.
Paul rebuilt one of my boxes, the front and the back split, and he was nice enough to rebuild that for me. So that's what the camera's sitting on right now.
See, in this sugar box, you hardly even touch it.
Oh, really? Yeah, they put a pretty good dent in this one.
Probably taped out before they swore.
Yeah. Check this out too. See the wax paper. What do you think? That's all sugar, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the sugar.
They definitely make a mess, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just go down there and sweep.
Okay. One of the good reasons to take a look at your bottom board, something that I am usually guilty of not looking at, when you have a candy board on, as the bees eat the sugar and everything, this is the wax paper and this is all the sugar, so just something to keep an eye on and clean out between inspections.
Got larva.
Yep. In the box first.
Still one of yours.
Want to take this one? Sure. Okay.
It's got some on both.
Paul just gave me one of his frames from, what hive is that?
This
from his hive 6 that has, as you can see, some nice capped brood surrounded by larvae and eggs. So if that is a virgin queen that we found, and she does leave the hive to mate and for some reason doesn't return, the bees now have a new resource to develop another queen cell and hopefully raise a queen from. Do you have your spacer handy, or do you want to
right behind you in the bucket?
Okay. We got the same one. It works pretty well.
Oh man,
I
saw you with that thing in one of your videos, and I was like, I like that.
Yeah. I held off for like maybe the first year or two. I was running just 10 frames, and then I just decided, you know, give it a try, running 9 frames, see if it's all the hype. And I think they do store just a little more honey.
They do, and I compared the weight in a deep box from one that was 9 and one that was 10, and I got probably a gallon more honey out of the 9 frame.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like, okay.
Gallon, that's about 12 pounds, huh?
Yep.
That's a decent amount of extra honey. Just from that little bit of space
Just from
build.
them fatting it out just that little bit.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I never did a comparison like that. All right, that does it for hive number 2. So, quick summary. Pretty sure we found a virgin queen. She looked a little on the small side, and then the lack of brood, eggs, and everything like that makes me believe she's a virgin queen. And then Paul said he has quite a few hives that are raising drones right now, so that kind of makes sense as well. If the yard's raising drones, so virgin queens can mate. And then, as you saw, just replaced the deep box with the nice new one, nicely painted. Put the medium box back on. We have the candy board and then the quilt box up top. So check on them in maybe a week or two and see if for a few things, see if the virgin queen has mated and returned and started to lay some eggs, and or the frame of brood that Paul moved over from his hive number 6, if the bee started to raise any queen cells off of that frame. So a few things to keep in mind the next time Cole's farm hive number 2 gets inspected.